Hi, everybody. Oh my God, as I forget how to speak, hi, everybody. Welcome back. Season three. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If you would have told me 3 years ago that I'd be coming in to a third season with 226 episodes under my belt, I would think you were crazy. But we are back, baby. I'm so excited to be back, and I'm so excited to have my first guest, Charmeleon. Thank you so much for coming here today.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm so excited to have you here. We were having a great chat before this, so I'm excited to bring that into the podcast. But before we dive in and get to know a little bit more about you and your Sims history, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, of course. My name's Charmelian. My lovely audience calls me Charm. I promise I didn't pick that name for myself. It would be very conceited if I did. I am a Sims 4 streamer and video creator. I got my start on TikTok posting multi-part like building series. I started as a builder, doing a lot of Disney themed series and other shows. And like every room is a different this, like flower, color, those kind of challenges. Um, and I transitioned from posting on TikTok to streaming on TikTok and on Twitch, and eventually posting on YouTube as well. So I'm a Twitch partner now, and I host charity streams on Twitch as well. Doing all the things. I'm all over the place.
I love that. We'll talk about Twitch in a little bit because now I can actually say I have streamed on Twitch and I only had 6 panic attacks while I was doing it. So that was chef's kiss amazing. But like for like The Sims, have you always played The Sims? Have you been a lifetime player or have you come in just recently with Sims 4?
No, I'm actually am I started on The Sims 4.
Okay.
I I really got my start with My Sims Wii. I literally walked into Walmart with my grandfather. He was gonna buy me a new Wii game, and I had no idea what anything was, but I liked the cover of My Sims, so I picked that one and became obsessed. Played My Sims Kingdom, My Sims Agents, a few others, but those are like my top three, my holy grails. Um, I got into like watching Sims 3 YouTubers back in high
Okay.
school. Um, and I was like, there's no way I'm getting into this. There are 300 expansion packs out already. I'm just gonna wait. Sims 4 comes out. I'm like, okay, I'm starting fresh. So I started Sims 4, I guess 10 years ago now, which
Yeah.
is insane.
Yes. Yes, it
Gracious.
is. I know. It's crazy. Well, you must be very excited that there will be My Sims coming to Twitch. Not Twitch.
I
Switch.
am. Switch. Yes, I
To
say that all
Switch.
the time too. I
To
am
Switch
so stoked.
and then My Sims can that's one of the only Sims games I've actually never played. Like, what's the concept idea behind like My Sims?
My Sims, I think you're not the mayor, but you're like, you know how in Animal Crossing you're the community consultant or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's essentially the same thing. You're this person that does all of the work and gets a little bit of credit for it and nothing else. But you move counties in and you decorate their houses.
Okay.
So there are all of these classic My Sims townies, and you know the My Sims trophies that are in The Sims 4. A lot of those are came from the original My Sims.
Yes, which I seen a lot of Simmers talk about that this week. And I was like, huh, that's very cool. I'm just excited to have Sims on another platform. I would love one day to see I yeah, I like did I say Switch or Twitch? A Switch version of The Sims 4 because I wonder if it would be the same as like it is, like for the other consoles, or would it be a standalone game? Because when I think of that type of game, like the PSP version or the Nintendo version, it was different. Like Sims 2 for the DS was not a straight port of what Sims 2 was. It was a mystery to like find Bella Goth. So
Wait,
like,
I didn't even know that Sims 2 was on
yeah,
Nintendo. Oh my goodness. And it was different.
it was different.
That's
Oh
Really
yeah. I was gonna
interesting.
say, hold on. As you like see my head turn around, and anybody who's watching this, I have bad roots right now. So like I just want to see if I have it here. Yes. So I don't have it for Nintendo. When I have it for my PSP when I was a kid. Yeah, these were standalone games that had nothing to do with the story. Like it wasn't like a creating game. Like you were trying to like solve Bela Goth's mystery of disappearing. And
That
this
is
one,
so interesting that
and
they
I
didn't
can't,
release it like as
and
a
I can't,
separate title.
nope, it was just literally called The Sims 2.
Weird.
And yeah, I know. And then pets again, same idea. So fun fact with that, and I can't get it, but I do have a thrift store copy of My Sims up there for Nintendo DS.
I love that so much.
Right?
Yeah, I feel like I had a unique experience playing it on Wii of all things. I feel like most people would have played it on their DS, and I had a DS.
Hmm.
But I was obsessed with my Wii. My Wii was my first console. And so I got into gaming very young, just in a different way than like if I had a PS, I don't know, what would have been PS2 at that time.
I have to assume too. I have to agree with you. My first ever console that was my console was also a Wii. I loved my Wii. Before we're gonna do a little deep dive here for us two Wii girls. Did you not love Wii Sports? And did that not
I
like
was about to
change your
mention,
life?
even
That
more than that, Wii Fit, I
like
had a ridiculous love for.
same.
It was so wrong about everything, in terms of like the statistics and measurements and all of that, but the
Yes.
games were so fun.
It was so fun. So like long before like Peloton, everybody listening to this, there was We Fit, like, and we stood on our boards. Like that's how I did yoga for years. That's how I worked out was on my We Fit. And like that's how I like sold it to my mom that like we needed one.
Oh, my
I
whole family would play it together. We would
yes.
all like switch out on the balance board, have family game night with Wii Fit and then Wii Fit Plus.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Yes. Okay. Oh, chef's kiss. And then yeah, Wii Sports. Like I have fond memories of bowling.
I
Like,
yeah,
yes. I
I
could
was a
never.
bowling master. Once I figured out the curve, I knew
Yes.
exactly like where to place my little thing. I would just strike every time.
Yep.
And everyone would hate playing with me.
I was the same way. I like it was just a little to the right. Just a little to the right and you were good to go. No, if it was the baseball, I was no good. Or anything else.
Same.
I couldn't figure it out. Or boxing, I would just be like, pachoo, pachoo, pachoo. Like,
My
wait,
mom
wait.
actually loved the boxing, and it was
Huh.
so fun to watch her. It was her favorite thing to do on the Wii Fit.
Like Nintendo, if you're listening to this, I guess there's some stuff like that for the Switch, but like I want like throw that back in. I want a Switch workout board where I can go back and do yoga. And
Actually, though,
I know, right? Like there would be an audience
and they
for
did the Ring Fit. I have
yeah.
it. It's hard.
Yes.
Okay, it is difficult to like with when you're holding it so far out from your body. Gracious. It's a real workout, which is probably better, but it just doesn't hit the same. I
No.
Wii Fit will always have a nice place in my heart.
Oh my goodness. I know. I remember when they were so hard to get, like nobody had them. My mom bought it for me for Christmas from like literally a dude on a back alley that she worked with's friend's brother's cousin. She like
No.
woke me up at 11 p.m. She's like, "Yeah, I have to go get your Wii Fit." And at that time, my mom didn't like trust me to be at home alone as a 14-year-old at middle of the night. She's like, "You're coming with me." So I was like, "Fine." So we went and I remember it. It's like the shadiest apartment. And this dude
Oh
just comes
no.
out in a box being like, yo, here. Get what my mom's like, does it work? And he's like, yeah, it does. It's fun. It did work. It was good. But like, I was like,
You
I'm
never
like,
know. Yeah.
To a woman that wouldn't doesn't turn left when she drives, to put that much trust into a stranger to buy this console for me because I really want it proves that she was a very good mom. And looking back
Not
at it,
turning left is such a mood though. Ooh,
I
it took
know.
me the longest time to drive without fear. And I still have
Okay.
a healthy amount of fear,
Yeah.
because there are maniacs out there.
Yes.
But ooh, I should not have passed my driver's test.
To
Not
be
because I was a bad driver, but because I was so anxious that it was making me a bad driver.
I got you. So I don't have a valid driver's license. I have like I had my license. I it expired. I didn't get it to my permanent because it's a little bit different in Canada. It's different in every province, but in Ontario, it's you have three. It's like your G1, your G2. You start with your G2 and you get your G1. Oh wait, sorry, you get your G1, you get your G2, and then you get your G. I had my G1 for a while and then I got my G2, but I failed my G test twice. And at that time, I was like, I'm going to school. I can't really afford a card anyways. So like whatever, it's fine. So my husband drives around and I take public transportation. So I really can't comment, but like, yo, drivers these days are scary. And I'd like to say this. I don't know how old you are, but when I was learning how to drive, there were no dash cameras, anything. There was nothing there. There was no touch screen, there was no AirPlay.
Oh, yeah. That
So
wasn't the norm when I was, because that would have been 10 years ago for me when I was, doing my permit test and getting my driver's license and stuff. And if we'd had the kind of tech that we have now, I
yeah,
would have felt so much more confident
really.
because there are so many blind spots on a car and everybody just pretends like it's fine. But like, what if someone's shorter than your back window? You just don't know if there's something there.
That's true. Like that stuff's fine. I'm talking more like distracted driving. Like nobody had their phone.
Oh.
Nobody had a touch screen. Your eyes were on the road. Nobody really texted when I was learning how to drive. So things have changed dramatically. And I
You
can,
think so?
yeah, in a negative sense for
Because I
sure.
would say people were like calling and driving when I was a teenager. People started texting and driving more when I was maybe in college. So I don't know. I wouldn't have seen the before.
Maybe I feel like I'm a little older than you. I'm trying to do math in my head, and I think I'm like 5 to 6 years older than you. I think. If I'm doing math right. So yeah, like the golden years before, I mean, yeah, like that was at the time that people would like do this when they would call. Like on the
Yeah.
like they would hold their phone, I guess, but like texting and driving at that point was very relatively new and you just didn't do it. You just like
Yeah.
you're like whatever. You like when I had my car, like I had like an iPhone 4 and like that was like the new thing at that time. So like been a while
Hmm.
since I was behind the driver's wheel. And again, it just like you had your radio and it wasn't like like a satellite radio. You got your like normal channels. Like my car had a cassette player in it. So
Oh, I
like
love that though.
yeah, I had the cassette player that could turn into that I could plug my phone into. So I could listen to music
Yeah.
because I was thought I was so cool back then. So like times were different. Times have changed. I would have liked to have the not the rear window monitors, but kind of like letting me know that there's someone in my blind spot or the driver in front of me is going or to learn how to
Yeah.
parallel park or lots of other stuff. But at the same time, I'm very happy currently right now being a passenger princess.
I was about to say,
I'm a
lucky
passenger prin
you.
I'm a passenger princess. I'm okay with that. My husband's okay with that. I will get my license again one day. It's gonna be sooner than I want to, but honestly, at this point, I don't make enough money to own my own car and pay my own car insurance because I pay also help pay for our main car and like and the main insurance on that car. So
Yeah, we actually only have one car too.
yeah,
I my husband used to drive a tin can. It was like a little red Ford Focus, and it
okay.
had dents in every side from just various happenings. I think he ran an ATV into one door and, things like that. He was a country boy, so, rough and tumble. He sold his car, so we just have
Mhm.
the one now. So technically I'm a passenger princess when he is the one driving, but I am able to drive myself. I would love to be able to walk or take public transportation instead. Like, I would love so desperately to live somewhere walkable. That's just not really a thing in America in
That's
most
fair.
locations. It's a bummer to me. I wish
That,
it was more of like a nice neighborhood community feel, but you just kind of have to drive everywhere.
that's interesting. So like I'm from Canada, specifically Ontario. If you're in Ontario and you're from Ontario, you basically think that you like your province is the best province. Like it beats everybody. Sorry, rest of the provinces. And sorry, podcast friends that are also Canadian, not from Ontario. Um, like there's like six stops near my house that are different buses. Like I can take multiple different routes to get to and from because I work in a different city, but I can take public transportation to that city from my house. So I'm very fortunate that I get to do that. I know in the States it's very different.
Yeah, I think to get to the closest bus stop, I would have to walk like maybe at least 20 minutes, and it's off of like a really busy road. Whenever the bus stops in the road, the
Yeah.
amount of people that just swerve around it is so alarming. It's just not safe. It's not like it's available, but it's not something you're going to do unless you have to.
I have
Just a bummer.
I got you. If you come to Ontario, you'll be spoiled with the amount of public transportation that
I really would
is
love to visit
presented.
Canada. I love traveling.
Hmm.
So Canada is definitely on the list. I'd love to go to like Ireland, Scotland,
Hmm.
kind of vibe. Somewhere in the Mediterranean. I've been to the Mediterranean before. I want to go back. The weather's so nice. The food is so good. I love it.
Okay, so like where in the Mediterranean did you go?
I went to Israel before
Okay.
it was impossible.
Yes. Okay, that's fair. Yep.
And
Yeah.
it's beautiful region. Um, the weather is amazing. The landscapes are amazing. We went to all different locations. So we went from the Mediterranean, we went to the Dead Sea. Um, so we got to see like the terrain change from the more like coastal Mediterranean
Hmm.
to the middle of the desert. It's so interesting because I live in the southeastern US, how different like the topography is. And
Hmm.
you can see everything. Here where I live, we're surrounded by trees. You can't see mountains and valleys the way that you can where there are no trees.
Yeah, that's fair. It's interesting when you like get other perspectives of like other people's lifestyles from
Mhm.
around the world. What I would love, and do not anybody listening to this judge me. I would like a Rick and Morty portal gun that I can just enter through a portal
Oh, yeah,
and go anywhere.
absolutely.
Like I would love to go to Egypt for a day and then go to
That's,
Australia for a
mm,
day. I would then like
I
to,
agree. Because it
yeah,
is such a commitment to go
yes,
somewhere abroad.
right?
And there are some places I just wouldn't go because I wouldn't want to spend that much time in them.
Yes.
Like I would love to, one of my big bucket list places is Japan. My husband and I both want to go to Japan. I'd love to go there. I could go there for probably 2 weeks and have a fantastic time.
Yes.
Australia, maybe a day.
Why?
I
Are
feel
you
like I
scared?
would die in Australia.
I
I'm
like I feel like I would also die there as well. Like because everything there like wants to kill you. Uh
yes.
like I just like okay, like picture this. You wake up in the morning like, man, you know what? I want a French baguette. Pop a portal, go to France, get yourself a baguette,
Yes.
come
I
back,
love
you
that.
go to work, you're like, man, I want Greek food. I'm just gonna pop over to Greece for a minute. Good to go. Man, you know what? I really want to go for a workout. I'm just gonna pop myself over to Australia. I'm gonna go swim in the Great Barrier Reef, come back, make dinner, go to bed, and still make it to work tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
I would love
Oh
that.
my goodness. The amount of time we would save
So much time.
not having to travel.
And money. And
Amazing.
money.
Oh
And
yeah.
money.
Well, they would charge for those portal services. It'd be a ridiculous like usage fee, maintenance fees, shipping and handling, insurance in case you accidentally get sent to an alternate universe,
Oh, yeah,
right?
that's true. I
They
can
would
already
absolutely find a way to make it as expensive as possible.
I can already see it on the news. Couple takes portal gun, ends up on Mars.
Yeah,
God,
that's exactly what would happen.
it's
Yeah,
just
two things. Well, I was gonna go back to cars for a second because I was
like,
thinking
yeah.
about there's no cars in The Sims, right?
Yes.
And it is, you can just click and you can travel and you can take a plane to Salvadorada for a day and just,
Yeah.
go dance with some skeletons and go home. Like, that's what we want.
Yes.
I really don't want cars in The Sims.
I
And
don't
that's a
want
hot
cars.
take, I feel.
I don't want cars in The Sims. As somebody who plays with CC, I have what I need. I'm good. I'm not spending $80 on cars
I
to
feel
put
that.
to put that in the game.
I just don't like, I don't know. I don't think it's enough. It's not something I need. I don't need to be like have my car breaking down every other day, like as often as my Sims set their food on fire. Like it
Oh,
would just be another our cars would actually catch on fire probably. Now that I'm thinking about it,
they
I don't
would.
know if I want that.
Oh, they for sure would. I mean, if it was already part of the base game, because I think it was either Sims 2 or no, it had to be Sims 2. But like it just like kind of came and you got to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. Got my groceries, got my car." And that was a thing of being like, "Oh, I got my car. I can now get to work faster." Like there was just that more of a practicality in cars. At this point, you're just wasting simoleons. Like there's
Yeah.
there's
And
no
I don't
rhyme or
know.
reason. And then if we
Yeah.
had cars, then we'd have to have an open world because then cars would not make sense,
Yeah, I was about to say, like, where are you gonna drive? Your
right?
neighbor's house?
Right? You can't. So like it's at that honestly at this point, I think The Sims will give us fairies. Like The Sims
Do you think
14.
so?
I
Because
do
I would love that so much. That's
I
all I
know.
want.
I like you're literally giving me fairy vibes and I love that.
Really?
As a yes.
Thanks.
But yeah, I could see them giving fairies. I mean, why not? We have every other occult. I can't see
Yeah,
fairies being
I
a
think there's
taboo.
still technically like zombies, but we kind of got that with the mold thing.
Kind
There's
of,
technically genies, but I don't see them. Maybe they'll combine the two. I don't know.
maybe,
But
but
there's so many like Easter eggs and all of the new pack items and stuff that point to fairies. It would be such a bummer if they didn't.
I think they will. I don't think they'll ever give us an open world, nor would I want an open world. I can barely open Sims on my computer on a good day,
That's a good point.
right? So like the more stuff they're adding, it's too much for just a basic computer to have. Not everybody can afford a $2,000 computer to play a $2,000 game.
I don't
So,
know if you're familiar with Inzoi.
yes.
That's one of the main kind of controversies about it is open world. It includes a lot of the things like cars and all of
Mm,
that, but it requires such a beefy setup
yeah.
that like not everyone can play it. I'd say most, casual simmers, life simmers can't play it.
Yeah.
So it's like where do we make the compromises?
Unfortunately, it's people that if you want to play these games, then you have to splash on that money, and it's making that divide from maybe somebody who was a casual gamer that maybe wanted to play this versus someone who can't. Like I can't put the that design studio because everybody and their mother is making Sims. I have 20 gigs on my computer free at like any time. And that's
I feel that.
and that's a stretch. I'm pretty sure right now I'm sitting at like 10 gigabytes free. And it's a miracle that my computer turns on every day because I
Yeah,
treat
really
this little laptop.
gracious.
I put this little laptop through the record. It's like a $700 laptop. It's meant to answer emails and Zoom calls, okay? And it has like 70 gigs of CC on there. So
Oh man.
I get it. It's just I don't know. I've tried playing other games. I'm a simmer. I'm only a simmer. And that's like I where I fall. And I've made this commitment to myself now. I'm like I even have Hogwarts Legacy and I've played it like twice, but I'm so bad at video games. Like
Oh,
actual video games where I'm like, I need my husband to beat this level. Can I just watch?
okay, that's also a mood though. I think I've done that
Yeah.
once or twice in because I actually really love fantasy RPGs like
Okay.
Skyrim,
Sure.
like Dragon Age Inquisition was one of my favorites. Like Assassin's Creed, kind of stuff like that.
Yes.
Um, but there definitely was a learning curve. There was a
Yeah.
point where I was like, I don't know, I feel like I'm just not good enough to be a gamer. I think women have a harder time because we didn't get into hardcore gaming until
Hmm.
later in our lives, whereas then this is obviously a generic statement, right? But
Yes.
this was a conclusion I came back to back when like girl, when the whole girls being gamers thing was super controversial, hot topic, and was just I feel like it's normal for girls to be gamers now, which I freaking love, but it took us a
Yes.
long time to get here.
Yes.
Um, I realized that, boys started playing these games way younger
Hmm.
than we started to have the opportunity to because it just wasn't like your go-to choice for toys for kids growing up. I was out there playing with my Barbie dolls,
Yeah.
and guys were out there shooting their friends.
No, well, that's exactly like I played Neopets long into my teenhoods,
Yep, I
right?
played Webkin,
Yeah. I had no interest of playing Call of Duty. I had no interest in Grand
hmm
Theft Auto. I saw it. I watched my ex play these games. I was like, cool. It just didn't do anything for me. It was Sims that I loved as a kid because I could do whatever I wanted. I could build, I could play a family. Like it was just the opportunity was endless. And I find that a lot of games have those restrictions where you don't get to have the limitless opportunity. Even like I'd be sitting
Yeah.
there as a kid, well, now knowing I'm dyslexic and I had a hard time reading, I would forget what I was doing. I
It's
forget the challenge of like, oh, I have to go do
yeah,
well,
honestly though.
I don't want to go do this. I want to go do this instead. But then you just nothing would happen in the game and it would just lay
hmm
stagnant and then I just wouldn't care.
You know what
And
it
I would
makes me
move
think
on.
of? Sims is kind of like playing dolls, Barbie
Yeah.
dolls, but in a video game.
Yes.
But it does
Absolutely.
also, right, so much more than that too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, storytelling. You can create your own Sims, your
Yeah.
own story. There's no rules. No one's saying you can't do this or can't. It's basically an 100% a creative outlet, and you do what you
Yes.
want, and it's your personal game. You're
I
not you're
think
not you're not following a
like
storyline. You're doing what
yeah,
you want.
I think of my building sometimes as like art. Or I
Yes.
take that like artistic approach to it. I consider like my Sims videos um like not only the video making process but also the build making process, like all of that is I use the same creative processes for those that I would use for like acting because I have a background in acting. I have a degree in performance. um so I approach my streams the same way that I would, performing as well. But I like when I create my Sims, I kind of use aspects of creating a character the
Hmm.
same way that I would from from a script, which is it's interesting.
Right? It's very interesting again, it's just how we treat this game that
Yeah,
we all play differently. We all get it the same way when we start. It's the one base game. I mean, if you buy expansions, you buy expansions, but it's what we make of the game, in my opinion, that makes The Sims so special.
that's why it's such a popular game.
Yeah.
And that's why it's lasted the test of time.
Mhm.
It is so impressive that the game is still coming out with new content. It's still being regularly updated.
Hmm.
Um, and it doesn't feel outdated, which is wild and unheard of.
I agree. And I mean, there's obviously stuff that they can improve on the game as every game
Yes.
has, but you're right. It does stand the test of time. Not only that, most people have played a version of a Sims game in their some point in their life.
Yes.
And as somebody who's all I literally right now is post memes because they're great for engagement because everybody likes funny Sims pictures.
No, every
Um,
time you post a meme, I'm like, why is she reading my mind today again? I don't.
but again, I I've had politicians like stuff. I've had drag queens like stuff. I've had Miss USA 2022 like stuff. I've had Olympians like stuff. I've had actors from all over the world like stuff. I've had like it's interesting to see we can all agree being like, oh, and I washed the dishes in the sink upstairs. Oh, it's so funny. But like it's interesting that like no matter where you are in the world, you this game you've played this game where you can be like, ah, that's funny. So, anyways, I
No,
love that.
one of the best examples of how gaming brings people together.
Absolutely.
How we all love this game, we've all had these shared experiences, and then we can talk about them to each other, and it brings people closer. It fosters connection in a silly way,
Mhm.
but why not have it be in a silly way?
Well, that's exactly it. Again, it comes down to being serious. It could be whatever you want. It could be like, I want to have 200 Sims on this one lot, and I'm gonna get rid of all the doors. Who dies first? But like it's your avenue. And then the
Yeah.
beauty is like all these amazing CC creators out there for the
Oh my
storyteller
goodness. And
community.
that, like
Oh my God.
modding is honestly an art as well.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness.
So, so good. But we should probably talk about Sim stuff. Like actually like your Sim stuff.
Oops. We were just chatting. We're just catching up. Two best friends.
Two best friends who met an hour and 19 minutes ago.
No, I'm
So
having the best time. I'll talk about whatever you want.
good to know. Um, so you play The Sims as my camera has decided to fuzz out. Love this for me. Don't know why it's fuzzy now.
There's definitely a ghost. Sorry.
Oh, yes. Please haunt this. There we go. It's back. Please haunt the shit out of me so I don't have to go to work tomorrow. Um, okay, so your content is spread across everywhere, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. I'd want to hear what's your process for creating content? So do you start on YouTube, you take parts of that, you go to TikTok and then you stream on Twitch, or is it just whatever you want? Like I'm just really curious.
I started posting on TikTok exclusively. I
Okay.
think the first videos that I did weren't even like screen recorded. I had propped my phone up and recorded my computer screen
Yes.
as I was doing those. Um, and then I learned a few things and I started screen recording properly. But at that point, I was just doing builds for TikTok. So I was building them, um, editing them for TikTok, uploading them for TikTok. Started getting requests for YouTube videos.
Okay.
So I decided to start filming the YouTube videos first, doing the commentary, all of that alongside the video, and then going back in and cutting, the videos into pieces for TikTok since you can only post so much. And this would be, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube shorts, right? They're all
Mhm.
the same content. Um, that's a little bit more, that I can post like on Instagram with stories and stuff like that. But the reels and the TikToks and the shorts are the same videos, just slightly different lengths based on what the requirements are for the platform. So that's how I'll do that. And then for Twitch, something that I did that kind of skyrocketed my growth in the beginning was streaming on TikTok first for
Okay.
about an hour
Okay.
and then immediately going and streaming on Twitch for my normal, 3 to 4 hour stream. And that is the way, like definitively, that I was able to get partnered on Twitch, and that I was able to build the community that I have. I just prefer Twitch for streaming to TikTok. TikTok is great for discoverability, but oh my goodness, it can get very chaotic. And because so many new people are coming in, you never know what the vibes are going to be. You never know if it's going to be a troll day or if it's going to be chill. So a little all over the place, but there is a funnel, right?
Mhm.
YouTube to TikTok and then TikTok to Twitch, to help me keep it organized and have kind of some structure in my content creation.
That totally makes sense. I pr I want to do I want to be on Twitch more. And everyone listening to this, I will be on Twitch more this season. I will do live interviews at some point.
Yes. Oh, they have a feature for that too, the guest
Y-
star.
Yes. I did my first ever pilot episode of it with my name is Gons. He's an absolute
Yeah.
lifesaver. I love him so much. He has helped me so much with Twitch. He's literally the only reason I'm on Twitch, guys, because like
Oh, I love that
he walked
though.
me through every single step over multiple phone calls, took time away from making his own content and him streaming to help me. He's a very dear friend of mine and I love him so much. So thank you, Cons, for helping me. So I am an ambassador with the Game Hers and they do partner streams. My name got not tossed around, but I was like, yeah, I'll do it. It's not gonna hurt. And I messaged God. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. Like I don't even know like how to log in. So like I don't know how you can get there. And I'm doing this there's no mods helping me. Like it's just me. And
Mhm.
I got you. And we did an episode together and I literally it's like it's called like the series will be live with Stassi and it's just live. Which will be later this year when I have more confidence. But at the same time, it was fun. It was fun to
Mhm.
have it live and have people ask questions live.
It is
Getting
I'm just so impressed because for you to offer to do something that you have no experience with and really put your foot to the pedal and figure it out.
Mhm.
And also just I love when creators help each other with things
Yes.
like that. It's
Oh,
just it's so uplifting and it's just so impressive that you like are doing this thing.
yeah,
It's inspiring, it's something that a lot of people are afraid to do. I am a weenie when it comes to doing new things. I get terrified. I put it off for forever. My end of year resolution, because why would you save resolutions for just New Year's, right? Why not
absolutely.
make one anytime, whenever you're
Yeah,
ready to? Which is also why I'm not saving it for New Year's. Is to stop, like, oh, when the conditions are right, when I know this, when I've done this, I'll do this. No, just start, just go ahead and start
right?
and mess up and figure it out along the way. And no one's gonna, like judge you or laugh or be weird. And if they do, then it's not for them.
Exactly. Like my
I'm gonna
biggest
take a page from
fear,
your book.
my biggest fear was like, well, maybe no one shows up and no one cares. That was it. That was my biggest fear. Nobody showing up. And I had like between 15 and 18 people watch me the entire time. And I'm like, I don't know if that's good. Like
That's
I have
fantastic. For your first stream ever?
for my
Oh my
first
goodness.
stream ever by
Yes.
myself, not even on my channel because I'm being broadcasted through the Game Hers because it's theirs. And I'm like
Yeah.
marketing, and I know it was Gon's audience. Thank you, Gon's audience, for coming. Um, but it was like, oh my God. Like I was like, okay, I can do this. It's just more of me being like what we talked about earlier. Could I do a Twitch stream tonight? Or how much TV can I watch in 3 hours? It's a hard, but I,
It really is. And it's good to have boundaries like that, right? Um, I specifically only stream during the day so that I have the evenings. And like I only work during the day too. I only record YouTube videos and I only edit and upload videos
Mhm.
during the day. So the evenings are for me, they're for my husband, for spending time with my friends, or just, taking care of myself. It's really easy to drown yourself in work. It's so important to carve out specific time to take care of yourself so you don't get burnt out and you can keep doing the thing.
Exactly, because I work a full-time job that's not this. This is a hobby at this point. And I've now made that very aware to myself. It's just a hobby. But I have a
Mhm.
very demanding job. And it takes a lot out of me every day. Um, so it's really this is like my fun time. And I have to play my fun time right because I want to make sure I can spend time with my husband. I want to make sure I can hang out with my friends. I want to make sure that I can write because I've started writing again and I'm loving it. I'm working on, but I guess it's not a secret project anymore, Forever and Always with OMG. So like it's just always being on the move and always on the go. And then burnout is really hard. Or my favorite part about a content creator, and I'm sure you'll contest to this, you spend 17 hours on something that's so important to you
I
and
know what you're going to say.
you get one view.
It's so
It's so
true.
true.
Oh my goodness. And then the thing that you just throw up, you're like, I hate this, but I have to post something. It
Yes.
pops off. And it's like, are you
Yep.
kidding me?
Yes. Yes. That's why I'm now I'm like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I don't give a fuck. Everything gets mediocre because my mediocre stuff does the best. And I don't know why.
You know why? Because it's the authenticity, I think.
Yeah.
I think with a lot of really, really large creators, everything gets so polished. And I'm not talking
Yes.
like Sims creators, I'm just talking like in general. You know,
Mhm.
when you see someone blow up on TikTok and then they are super rich and they have a perfect house and they have a perfect life, but that's not where they started. You know, they
No.
started just like you and me.
Yep.
And I think that's what people love to see.
Yes. Oh, please, anyone listening to this, go listen to this first episode of this because I was fucking nervous. I didn't know what the hell I still don't know what I'm doing, but I really didn't know back then. I'd be like, so like, what's your favorite pack? And
Oh,
I didn't know how to interview people back then. I had a general idea. But like I would like pick my friend. I'd be like, "Hey, we've talked before. Do you like want to interview?" Now I'm like, "We've never actually talked besides me booking this interview. So like, do you want to chat for like 2 hours?" That's fine. I'm like 300 like this is now 226 or 27th episode. Let's go, baby. Like nothing, not no interview can surprise me
I love that.
anymore. Yeah.
No, and it's so nice to hear that and remember that too, because I think it's so
Mhm.
easy to look at someone years down the road and be like, oh yes, they've always been this perfect. They just have some superpower and they're better than me, and I'll never amount to that. But like everybody starts not knowing what is going on, what anything, and just stumbling and making all the
Yep.
mistakes. And that's how you get to being so good at what you do.
Yes, exactly. I gotta ask, what's been your most humbling moment in your content creating journey?
Ooh, oh, oh,
Right?
a deep question.
Very deep question.
Oh my goodness. We were actually talking about this yesterday on
Okay.
stream. I had a heart-to-heart moment with
Okay.
my community because I haven't posted on TikTok or YouTube in months now.
Okay.
It's been a very hard year. I started my content creation journey, hit the ground running. First kind of series of videos I ever posted went viral and have just seen, exponential growth since then. Up until this year, when a lot of really tough things happened in my life all at once, on top of having my own like depression and anxiety, which I can manage normally. Um, but then when my husband is deployed with the military for 9 months and I have a tragic death in the family, everything piling up like that just made it so hard to keep doing, what I love and feeling like myself. And it's hard. I think it's hard to grow and and especially since I'm so bubbly and just goofy all the time, to maintain that energy when I'm not, it's not where my heart is was really hard. So I pulled away. I took a lot of time off. I've taken several months off this year from streaming, from posting videos, from all of that. And so, of course, my viewership has dropped tremendously. And that is very humbling and very easy to fall into the like negative thoughts of, well, was it ever really good anyway? Were they there for me or were they just there for my building? And if I can't build as well now, are they gonna, like just all these kind of negative thought loops, right? And stopping those in their tracks and just being grateful for the community that I do have, which my core audience is just a bunch of sweethearts. They're so supportive, they're so kind. I'm so happy with the community that we've built and the way that they uplift each other and the way that they prioritize their mental health, the way they respect my need to prioritize my mental health. Um, and how patient my audience has been with me, my remaining audience, which is stronger now because of all of this, right? Um, that they've been patient with me with getting back into making content again, which I'm only just started to. I literally just posted my first YouTube video in months today. I'm starting the journey back into content creation today. um,
And how did it feel to press submit?
oh gosh, it felt really good, but also I was like, it was that kind of thing where like I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not going to worry about if it's top quality, if it's the same quality as when I left off. Like we're just going to start from ground zero. We're going to post something, and then every single time I post after this will be, what can I do better this time? What can I do better this time? And just not comparing myself to where I was before all of this really difficult stuff happened in my life, and working with myself where I am has been so rewarding. And I've been able to come out of everything so much stronger and just so much more ready, so much more prepared, if something were to happen again, and so much more vulnerable with my audience and just I'm so thankful for their attitude about it. They've never like demanded things of me. They just want me to be healthy and okay. And I just want them to be healthy and okay. And that's always been the center
Mhm.
of our community, even though we're just simmers playing The Sims. It's so much deeper than that. And gaming communities, Sims communities are always so much deeper than that. We just happen to all like games.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for sharing that with me. I really do appreciate you having like that moment with me and sharing everything that's happened to you this year. I'm really sorry. Um, I'm sorry that this year's not been great. But I'm really happy that your audience is rallying behind you as something that um, is very true to a really good audience. Is your ride or dies will stay with you to the end of the day. And then the people that don't stay with you and they enjoyed your content at the time, they're not your ride or dies. And the ones that support you since day one will always have your back. So I'm really happy that you have a support network there. And again, I'm really sorry for the tragedies that have come this year. And just I hoping but nothing but happiness and success, and take every day as a day by day, and knowing that like you are enough and that you are an amazing creator and we love you as a community.
Okay, well, don't make me cry. Gracious. Well, I really, really appreciate that.
Of
That's
course.
one of the slogans for I felt moved because of just everything that I've been through this year to become a streamer ambassador for To Write Love on Her Arms. Um and so September is suicide prevention month. So I'll be doing charity fundraising for um them all this month, and just continuing to share that story, and that you know it does get better, and overcoming doesn't always look pretty. you know you can't expect yourself to stick to your ridiculous schedule or, meet certain demands when you're struggling. And it's okay to fail for
Mhm.
a while, but it might not even be that. It depends on how you define success. And I've realized that real success is just, for me, it's having deep, meaningful relationships, spending time with the people that I love, and having, you know, real and authentic interactions with my audience, and touching people's lives in a positive way. Um, and in that aspect, I do continues to succeed, even though I'm not hitting, numbers that I might want to hit. Um, I just know what's important to me now in life.
I could not agree more with you. I'm gonna be really honest with everybody. There's one creator, and I won't say who they are because they're a good friend of mine. We started almost at the exact same time, and I was envy of her because she popped off really early, and I will never be successful as her. And I used to look at her numbers every day, and it used to drive me insane. I'm like, what else more can I do? I've done it all, and she'll always be better than me. And then it's all arbitrary. It's all
It's,
arbitrary.
yeah, it's
It's
so easy to look at someone else's numbers, look at their success, look at
yeah.
if their content is similar to yours, to be like, what are they doing that I'm not? What can I do to be like them? But that doesn't work at the end of the
It
day.
doesn't work, and it just makes yourself go mad, or you put all these hours in and you're like none of this matters, but then you get that one video that gets a million, or that one post, and you're like, I'm back, baby, I'm back. I got like 100 new followers in one day. I'm back, baby.
Yep.
But then they all disappear because they're bots. And you're like, I guess I'm not back. I guess this is for nothing. I'm going crazy. Oh my
Yes.
God.
The
Sh
whiplash of virality is not
Yes.
something that anyone prepares you for. Because
Right? So,
there's no like how to be a content creator. Like there's no job training.
no, there's
So the first drop off after going viral is like, what am I doing wrong? You're
right.
not. It's
Nope.
just how the algorithm works. And it's a bummer and everybody hates it. That's why
Yeah,
consistency and, doing things that are sustainable is more important than chasing that high.
exactly. And making content for you
Hmm.
and whatever you want. And you don't have to go out and rush and make content because you think it's going to go well. Just make it whatever you want because your audience will follow you. Your true audience will follow you through no matter what. And if you got to take a 6 month break, you take that 6 month break because they're just waiting for you when they come back. How I look at it is if Game of Thrones can, or, sorry, House of the Dragon can take 2 years
Did
for
that?
me to, they did. It took 2 years between seasons. A 6 months to a year break is nothing.
I was a little confused. I haven't seen it, but I did see ads recently and I was like, are they still doing that?
Yes. Yes. Yes, they are. That was
I
very
love
much
that
my
though.
summer on Sundays. I would be like, it's House of the Dragon Day. Nothing else matters, everybody. I will talk to you tomorrow.
I love that. Boundaries.
Exactly. My TV time. Well, I want to thank you so much for sharing with me today with everything, and everyone listening. Like these are honest conversations I want to have more this season instead of, focusing on, so like if you were EA and I could do like just I want to take the curtain off because at the end of the day we are all creators and we are all people. We have and we're just trying our best every day to just be the best that we can. So thank you so much for sharing. I do have a couple more questions for you, and we shall wrap this up because we don't need to turn this into a 3 hour episode, even though I feel like we could. I feel like we could if we
I told you,
try.
you could ask me anything. I'll be here. I don't have anything to do tonight.
I still gotta eat dino nuggies. Okay,
That's
so that's
true.
true.
We can't keep you from your dino nuggies. That's
I
fair.
thank you. I honestly I want to put chicken nugget ambassador somewhere on my platform because like I love chicken nuggets.
You should. No, you know what you should do? If you do stream on Twitch, you should have Dino Nugget like sub badges.
Yes.
There you go.
100%. Be like, get some dino nuggies, some fries, like any of my dipping sauces. Cause like again,
Yes.
that's literally my life, guys. I live a very boring life. Is
I'm a
how
ranch girly. A ranch
okay.
works for everything for me.
Don't judge me because we're new friends here. I actually don't like ranch. It's my least favorite salad. I'm a Caesar girl. I will dip everything in Caesar dressing. Anybody listening
Interesting.
to this, I just got the best side eye. Anybody watching this doesn't need that explainer. They felt that tension get cut. I can literally see you being like, actually, I have no more time to complete this interview. I need to
Sorry,
go.
I need to go make Dino Nuggies though.
You sent me
Wait,
a
so
picture.
do you put Caesar on like fries and
No,
what
I'm
would
a
you
so okay, so I'm gonna eat dino nuggets tonight because that's my dinner and they're the cheapest things of nuggets you can buy. They're like 5.99 for a box of like 40.
Oh
And
heck yeah.
they're not bad. I have my trio of dipping sauces.
Okay, I do like this.
So I have a garlic parmesan
Mm,
because like
yeah.
you know you got to get that in there. I then
Mhm.
have my Thai sauce because I want that sweet Asian heat.
Ooh.
And then I have a nice buffalo. That's my holy trinity of sauces because I could really just depend. What
You're
am
a
I
connoisseur
craving?
of sauces. Oh my
I am
goodness.
a connoisseur of sauce.
That is incredible.
I have sauces for everything. Not only do I have
You should be judging me for being a ranch girly because that's
because
basic.
you're
You are
being a
not
basic bitch.
basic. Yeah.
Are you next gonna tell me you're gonna have a pumpkin spice latte today?
No, but I do love this. Last year, Starbucks had the pumpkin cold foam, the cream,
Okay.
whatever cream foam they put on top. I could just eat like a whole pint of that.
So
Like, forget ice cream. I'm eating that. It's so
I'm
good.
allergic to pumpkin, so this is like my fucking nightmare.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm allergic to pumpkin and cinnamon. I can't enjoy anything for the next like 3 months
So
until
you
this.
hate fall.
I
Got it.
hate fall food. I like fall weather because
It
I'm gonna
is
be honest,
nice.
I am not a skinny queen. Okay, like I'm 5 foot. I'm a normal body girl. And you know what fall weather is in Ontario, baby? That is called sweater weather. I
Yes.
can put my I can hide my gooch over a sweater, baggy sweatpants. I look like I fit in the summer. Why are summer clothes tight? Why is everything we wear in the summer skin tight?
No, honestly, and it's not comfortable because you're
It's not
sweating.
comfortable. No. And now that I'm like a normal human, I have sweat everywhere and like thigh chafing no matter where
Oh
I
my
go.
gosh.
So I
Thigh
have
chafing.
thigh chafing,
Yes.
back
Yeah.
sweat. Just, I feel fucking gross. And you can see everything I've ever eaten because my fucking t-shirt is like, even though it's a triple XL, is a fucking
I
looks like I'm a
relate so
baby.
hard.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. No, it was 100 degrees today, and I'm out here wearing my sweater because I refuse to not. I don't care how hot it is outside. We're making it icy in here so I can wear my sweaters and my sweatpants and be cozy forever.
So like I'm wearing like also why is everything also a crop top these days? Okay. I'm wearing a
So
crop
true.
top sweater. I'm like 31.
And the
Nothing.
crop tops, see, because we're short too, they
Yes.
actually hit at the right spot with the
Yes.
high-waisted pants. I do like that. But
I
some crop tops are still short on me. And I'm like, if it's short on me,
yeah.
how is anyone taller than me gonna wear this
Okay.
without getting a little underboob, you know?
How tall are you? I just want to see
I'm
how
5'2".
okay, so I'm like 5 foot. So like we're
Yeah.
short queens. So we get
Yes.
this. So like I'll wear an occasional crop top and a high-waisted skirt and I'm like, wow, I feel skinny today because all of my fat is being covered by clothing. But I'm like, there are some shorts. I'm like, am I pregnant? Am I 6 months pregnant?
Me like
No.
every other day. with the wrong waistline, all of a
Yes.
sudden you are like 6 months pregnant. It's like I don't understand
I
where
right.
it came from, where it's going.
Right? It's like, am I bloated? Do I just like, I'm like, why am I so bloated? I just like woke up. And then I'm like, I ate chips, popcorn, candy, tequila, bread, cheese. I threw a yogurt in there to be healthy yesterday. So like, I get it. My body's punishing me.
I feel that I relate so much. Oh my gosh.
Just like at this point, I'm like, I ate 3 salads this week. It's a fucking victory.
Oh heck
Like,
yeah.
like that's my life. I'm not punishing myself for not eating healthy anymore. Like, I get punished
Yeah,
enough
because it doesn't
anyways.
help. It doesn't,
No,
it's not constructive. What's it serving?
it's not. But then again, we have to stop comparing ourselves to other women because women are the best at it. Like the
Yes.
super best. I had a low peak this summer of like low confidence. So I have endometriosis, which is horrendous.
Yes.
If you're listening to it or you have endo, my heart goes out to you. So I have stage 4. So that shit is attached itself pretty high in other places of my body. I can just bloat. I
Yeah,
could
I
just
was like, of course you like have the pooch. Absolutely. And
oh,
that's,
mhm.
to remain neutral about it and just be like, this is my body, because of this thing that I have, and that's that is so powerful and
Yes.
so important to not
I
compare yourself to, people with different body types. You don't know what they're going through. They don't know what you're going through. It's just a
exactly.
body.
Earlier this summer, we went to a wedding. It was a backyard wedding, which, as we're both married, did you have a big wedding?
I actually got married in 2020.
Okay.
So I had like a 25 person
Oh,
wedding.
so you, COVID wedding. So
Yes.
my husband proposed to me in 2019. We were gonna have a 2021 wedding, but we have a lot of people that we were gonna go to our wedding. So that was like no, it was a no bueno. Like
Yeah.
it, our venue wasn't even having weddings in 2021. So that was also a eh. So 2022 roll around and it was like 30 people max outdoor wedding. And we're like, I had no problem getting 15 people on my side, but my husband is Macedonian Greek, so that was very hard because that's a lot of people he could not
Right.
have. So we're just like, fuck it, we're gonna move it to 2023. We had 110 people come. So it was a good size wedding. Good but intimate, but still felt like a lot of people.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, weddings. I don't even remember where I was going with. Oh, wedding. Backyard wedding. If I would have fucking known all the bullshit I went through to get married, I would have had a backyard wedding. I'm just saying.
Weddings, personal opinion, overhyped, over
Yes.
inflated.
Yes.
That's where all the drama comes from, all these expectations from
Yep.
media and from other
Yep.
people, and it's not that
Oh,
deep. It's a party,
yep.
eat
And
some
your
cake, hang out with your friends,
and your
go home, woohoo. That's
and
it.
and your family will I had a really nasty falling out with my family after the wedding. I haven't actually spoken to really any of them since the wedding. I haven't seen them since my wedding day. And I have not talked to them. I think I wish them well. And I don't know if they wish the same for me, but I wish them well. Anyways, backyard wedding. It's like 40 people. Everyone's getting drunk. Everyone's eating pizza. And the bride, she's like, I'm getting in the pool. It's like 12:30. And she's like, Stas, well, she said my real name because she doesn't know I do this. Come in the pool. And I was like, I can't. I'm too fat right now. That was my response.
My
And
goodness.
she's like, unacceptable. She walks upstairs. She gets me a bathing suit. And I want to say this girl is a model. She's a fucking model. She's not actually a model, but she like could be a model. She's actually like basically she's a CMO of a company. Like she's a smart girl, and I love her. And she's just a badass, and she's just amazing, and I love her. But anyways, so she goes and she's like, "Get this bathing suit on. We're getting in the pool." And I walk out, and she's like, "Yes, like yes, sweetie, like you look so." And she's hyping me up, and I'm like hiding. Like, can I like cocoon? and not be seen. And I jump in that pool, and she's like, and we had this special moment that only me and her will ever know what was said. And I almost didn't do that because I felt so uncomfortable in my skin because I was a slight bloated that day.
Mhm. It is so empowering when other women step up
Yes.
and shout in the face of your own insecurities. It's so powerful when anyone, you know, has the guts to say, no, your brain is lying to you. You're actually a badass.
Hmm.
Get in the pool.
Get in the pool, have fun. That is probably one of the best moments I've had all year. It was
Yeah, that's
I
a core memory.
That is a core
Wow.
memory for us. And I love that. And if she wasn't there and she didn't encourage me, because she could have just said, okay. But no, she didn't because she's a fucking badass and I love her. So, but anyways, questions.
I know we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna ask some more
So we're gonna
questions.
actually ask.
Also, we're gonna go on another tangent for 30 minutes.
Oh my God, tangents are the best. That's what makes this podcast so special.
I
Okay,
know.
so as a Sims 4 creator and as someone who's only really played Sims 4 and my Sims, if I had the opportunity to bring for you to play The Sims, like the first Sims and The Sims 2, would you do it?
Ooh. Oh my gosh, the first
The
Sims?
first Sims. I'm gonna mail you my copy. Where is it? It's over here somewhere. Like my Sims Deluxe. I still have it.
I
I
feel like it's like, especially The Sims 2, because I know a lot of people love The Sims 2. I've seen some of the cutscenes, they're wacky.
Mhm.
I would definitely play it if I had the opportunity. 100%. Would I play it every day? No, probably not. I'm gonna be honest, I probably won't even like it that much. I'm kind of a graphic snob. So playing older
Well, then
games
you're
and
definitely
watching
not gonna like The Sims if you're a graphics snob.
like playing older games and watching older movies. I remember when I was a kid, the first Toy Story, I didn't like it because I thought the animation looked weird because it was still so new. I know.
Okay, are you like 20 between 25 and 28?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 26.
Okay, that's the age I thought you were. Okay. I'm like, I can do math correctly. Okay. You're a baby. You're a
Am I?
baby. I'm 31.
I've
So,
always been the baby. So I've only just now gotten to the point where I'm not the baby sometimes, and it's really
okay.
weird.
I've also now surpassed that of not because now I'm a millennial that's accepted at workplaces
Mm,
because now people want to work with millennials, but when I started off, everybody hated
mm,
us.
yeah.
Um, so like when I saw Toy Story, I was like, holy shit, this is like revolutionary. Like, look at those graphics. They're
That's
moving.
so funny. I was just a snob. I was so funny. Oh my gosh. And
So,
I've always like appreciated the improvement of like Pixar graphics and,
yeah,
stuff like that over time. But I would still do it. Absolutely. Would I play The Sims 1 or 2 if I had the chance? Duh. I'd
good.
have to.
I'm
I feel
glad.
like it's
You're
fundamental?
it's it's a core memory for anybody who like because I'm an OG player. I've been playing since 2003, which now makes me feel very old knowing that that was 21 years ago.
I was 5.
I was 10.
Wow.
Yeah. Right?
It also, there's something to be said about like the honor of being able to play something that was so important and
Yes.
such a fundamental part of a bunch of people's lives and getting to experience that, even though it's not the same, obviously, just getting to like have that experience, appreciate it, and hear, what people's experiences were. I love when people get nostalgic.
Well that's it. And it's something that I love about your content. It's nostalgic. You're talking about Disney princesses. Like everybody's a fucking Disney fan if you're a Sim. I don't care who you are. You're a Disney girl or you're a Harry Potter girl or you did a Shrek build. You've done like you did like that's the thing that we gravitate towards because we're like, oh my God, I remember this in my childhood memories of watching these
Mhm.
movies, and this is amazing, and you can build this in The Sims, and it's awesome. It's just it's stuff like that that like we really hold on to of being like it makes us feel safe. It makes us kind of
Yes.
feel like the world's this fucked up place. Like let's not pretend here that like it's not really fucked up right now. But if you could
Just a little
take
bit.
just a little bit, but if you could take that 30 seconds and be like, oh my God, she built Cinderella's castle and I remember this castle and I really love this castle because she's my favorite princess and I love her. It just kind of makes you feel better about
It
your day.
does.
Yeah.
It's really one of my goals with my content. I don't want to I it's an escape, right?
Yep.
It's a minute for your brain to rest because being pummeled with world news and politics and drama 24/7 is not good for your brain.
It's
So to
not.
have, to have my platform be a space where people can come when they need to rest from all of that and, find comfort in some of this nostalgia and connect with other people that also love the same type of things is amazing. And it's the core of what my goal is with all of my content.
I think that's amazing. And I think that's honestly one of the best places to leave this off. I have actually two final questions for you. You are a very talented builder. Your builds stand out, and we love that. I love watching you grow and building these amazing builds. What advice could you give to anybody who wants to start building?
Just start messing around in the game. It was the same thing we were talking about before. Like, don't wait until, you've mastered this particular thing or that particular thing. Just start throwing shapes down, start with a couple squares and then start throwing roof pieces on there and see what shapes you can make. And if you hate it, bulldoze it and try again. Um, don't let having spent an hour or 2 hours, even, 3 hours, which I've done recently. I built something for 3.5 hours live and I bulldozed it because I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then we rebuilt it. It took another like 6 hours to finish it because it was just like not working for some reason. But that time isn't wasted. Every second you spend practicing something, because that's what it is. It's practice. Practice makes progress, right? Every minute you spend failing, again, failing, um, is practice, improvement, you're learning things, you're learning what your preferences are, what your build style is. If you prefer this build style over this one, like I've realized I just don't really enjoy or am particularly good at doing modern, extremely modern, like angular builds. I'm a cottagecore girly. I like my spellcasters and my fairies and my little mushroom gardens, and that's just what I like to make. But I wouldn't have learned that if I didn't spend, a total of 9 hours on this build and then threw it away.
Best advice, everybody. Please listen to that. Build what you want to build. And if you don't like it, bulldoze it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
honestly, don't be afraid to bulldoze it.
Yeah.
Like it reminds me of the artists who will paint something beautiful and then they'll go and put a big black line over it and then just see what comes out of that
Yep.
as kind of a statement against perfection.
Very, very well said. Now, we, before we started this podcast, I got to learn how to actually pronounce your name, which I, as everyone knows, being dyslexic, have a hard time remembering and saying names correctly. I read her name first as Charm Bracelet, and that's not right.
I love it though. I
Because there's
have considered like if I don't know, just got the opportunity to release like charm bracelet merch, I absolutely would.
there we go.
Wouldn't it
Char
be so cute? I don't know how it would be like logistically possible,
Oh, it's totally
but
logistically possible. Okay, you go, I'm gonna create a website. Say charm bracelets by Charm. And it just be whatever you wanted. And they would just be, say, here's 30 examples what it could be. Here's the one it's this month, or here's this. And it's just different every time.
that's cute.
See?
That's giving like subscription vibes or like every month it's a different.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
there you go. See?
Bye. We just pitched a product.
See, not just a chef, guys. I actually worked in marketing for many years. I'm actually really good at
Wow.
marketing. But anyways, yeah. So I took her name as Charm Bracelet, and then I read it as Charmelon, and I was very
Charmelon, like
charm.
Coco Melon.
Yeah, like
Charmelon.
hard melon. Yeah, cocoa melon. Like, but as so Charmeleon as a Pokemon queen. Is there a story behind your name?
Yes, there
Okay.
is.
Is it a story
So,
that you can share with us?
yeah,
Okay.
my name is Amelia. My
Okay.
government name is Amelia. And I wanted something that was kind of like a play on my name,
Okay.
like Markiplier or Pokimane, right?
Mhm.
So I was just kind of going through things. I was playing with things like melatonin, like Amelia melatonin. I eventually somehow, I don't know how, ended up on Charmeleon, but spelled the way it is so that part of my name is in it.
Okay.
I've actually never played Pokemon in my life. So I'm really just a big poser when I say that, but it helps people pronounce it. Are you judging me?
Yeah, so it's been an absolute pleasure, everybody. Like, so like being like a 90s kid, like core memories is Pokemon and the original sounds. The
I
best
know.
thing to
No,
do.
I just didn't get like the opportunity to when I was a kid. It wasn't the thing that my mom picked for me, for the DS. That's
That's fair.
really what it comes down to.
Oh my God.
Okay, I played Pokemon Go. It's not like I've never,
Sorry,
but I've never touched like a
I'm having heart palpitations because like you said on DS, and the rest of us is like, it's on Game Boy.
Oh, okay, I had a Game Boy too. No, don't get
Okay.
me wrong. I
Okay.
did have a pink transparent Game Boy.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I
Oh my
am being
God.
a
Okay.
baby. I'm sorry.
Okay. Sorry. I'm just like, okay. I was like, did she not have a Game Boy?
I did have a Game Boy. Yes. Did not mean to give you a heart attack.
Okay. I was like, how old am I now?
The DS I had, I think, longer and used a lot more.
Yep. That's fair.
Because I was actually really bad at all my Game Boy games. They were too hard for me. I had a Disney Princess game that I could not do anything in. I had a Kim Possible game that I could not get past the first level. Like I couldn't do it.
Oh my God, love KP. You're also giving me KP vibes, by the way.
Thank you. I
You're
thought about
welcome.
doing it for Halloween one year.
You should do it.
Maybe I'll do it this year.
Maybe. Or do a KP themed charm bracelet only available on Charm's website.
Oh my goodness. You can't.
Um,
I
but no,
hate that we talked about this because now they're gonna try and force me to do it. I just
maybe,
know I'm never gonna live it down if I don't.
maybe.
Well, we'll see.
Well, if you do, you want to come back and pitch it. I'm more than welcome to come back.
Okay, deal.
But no, I love the name. I was gonna ask you all of these Pokemon questions.
Oh my, okay.
I have been sitting on like 5 Pokemon questions this entire.
I'm a poser. I'm sorry. I'm a fraud. Okay, I feel like I can't come back until I've played Pokemon though, and then then we can talk about Pokemon.
So I was like, my main question was gonna be, who's your starter? Who's your first
Ooh.
one?
Um, Bulbasaur.
Okay, thank you for also picking one in the original 151. Because if you didn't, I'd have to be like, hold on, I'm sorry, I gotta Google
I
this.
know that. I did so
Okay.
many personality quizzes in middle school. So of course I know which Pokemon I would choose.
Okay. You're saving this interview. I love this.
See, I was a browser game girly. I would do all the
Okay.
personality quizzes. In high school, it was the BuzzFeed quizzes, all the dress up games, girl go games. Let's go. All
Oh
of
my God.
that
Did
stuff.
you play Dress Up Addicts?
I don't think so.
Because this was like a game. So this was like, I don't know how I found this platform, but it was literally called Dress Up Addicts. And there was like a million dress up games. And you could pick your
Yes.
category. So you could do like, say, Snow White. And there was like thousands to choose from with every
Gracious.
Snow White dress up game. That was my shit.
That
Th
sounds amazing. I wish I had.
that and like the Disney Channel website. Like I played all of those games.
Yeah, I would do
And
the Polly Pocket and
oh,
like
the Polly
the
Pocket and
My
the
Scene
and
games.
the My Scene and the Barbie games.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
The
God.
little Chrissy, baby Chrissy. Yeah, all of
Everything.
it.
Now, see, now I'm nostalgic. I'm like, I just like, I wish Flash still existed and you could play these
I
games.
know.
Yep.
Ugh.
There you go. Well, I can't ask you the four remaining Pokemon questions. Charm, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here today. I hope you had a blast.
I did, and thank you so much for having me. I have really enjoyed every minute, and feel like we're besties now, even though we've only known each other for like 2 hours.
I love that. Well, you're definitely a bestie. You're now welcome back at any time. Please come back and share your fun stories. I love having you on here. You're such an amazing creator. You're such an amazing part of the community. We are so lucky that we get to watch you grow. So
Oh, thank
you
you.
are very welcome. Well, where can we find your amazing work?
Um, Best place to find me right now is on Twitch. Like I said, I'm gonna be raising money for to write Love on Her Arms all month. Which I think this will be out till the end of September, so there'll be a
Yep.
little bit of time left. At the end of the month. I am also, of course, gonna be posting on TikTok and YouTube regularly again. At Charmeleon with two extra N's at the end. So like Charmeleon and N, basically.
I love that. What's your Twitch schedule for anyone listening?
Oh, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Central to whenever I feel like taking a nap.
That is the right answer. Well, Charmelean, it was an absolute pleasure having you on here today. Thank you so much for coming. Again, we're back, baby. Season 3, episodes every Wednesday until I decide to wrap up the season, which will probably be many moons from now. So please enjoy the rest of the season. I don't really have anything else to plug besides go follow my girl, go check out her Twitch streams, go check out her TikTok page. It's absolutely amazing. Again, I'm so excited to be back. We have so many fun episodes down the pipeline. I can't wait to share with everybody. And stay tuned for Forever and Always coming out in November. Very excited for this project. But love you all. Have a great rest of your day. And again, Charmeleon, thank you so much for coming here today and indulging being the season 3 opener.
I hope that everyone after me is more put together.
Baby, you are just fine. You are top shelf. You're we're going to a bar.
Not top
You
shelf.
are Gray Goose. You are fine. Well, have a
Oh my
great rest of your day,
gosh.
everyone. We'll see you next Wednesday. Bye, everyone.